Wow, it's been quite a long time, short time. I would not call it a long time because I have not been on the platform to share my views about life, about a lot of things, about business, about other things. Now I'm going to talk about the war. Bar the war. No, bar the war. Now, the first thing you need to understand about war is that it does destroys, it creates destruction of lives, properties first, and there's no one that would like to see his properties get destroyed by another country, another state, or about another ethnicity, or about another ethnic group or tribe. We are talking about war. War is not the best way to resolve issue at all. In communication, you don't kill some another person to win arguments. That is murder. That is called murder. You don't fight with guns and kill another person because the person stepped on your toes. Yes, if somebody stepped on your toes, you kind of relate with the person and say, oh, come on, you step on my toe. And not that you carry your gun and shoot the person. But fortunately, we are in the world where lives and properties don't matter again to some people, to some bad people. When I talk about bad people, people that don't care about other people, because they are ready to kill for money, they are ready to kill for anything, for position, for power. And it is what we are talking about here, right here. It could be between a country to another country, or a political party to another political party. It could be any other, even brothers and sisters. It could be from relatives. It can be so on. But today we are in the era where we are seeing people are being bombed because of a country is fighting another country. That means a kind of war between one country or the other. Now, one example we can see currently is an issue of Ukraine and also Russia, of where there is a lot of tension and pandemonium and worries and fears. We are seeing people are getting worried about even what will happen and about their lives. They don't really have the mind to stay where they have bought as their properties, their lands, but they can't take it, but they won't prefer to leave them because of fear, and also because of few kind of testing of attacks from the opposition country. Now, we are talking about war, I remember, destroys. It does not create anything good at all. And now the second one is about creating losing, meaning that a country will lose, the other person will lose too. But in other words, if you want to look at the win-win, you need to think about diplomacy, ability to really come together and from different countries and the two countries that are involved to be able to resolve issues before it gets out of hands. And anything happens between these two countries, one way or the other countries will be affected one way or the other. The reason why is that we have people who are living in Ukraine that are not Ukrainian, they are from another countries like America, talking about Nigeria, Ghana, other countries that they dwell in Ukraine, or they are there for studies or for business or any other thing. The same thing applies to Russia too. But we are talking about Russia. Russia has kind of power or more advantage in terms of the mercenary, in terms of having weapons and so on, to be able to attack the opponent or the counterpart to defeat them. But if you are talking about that part of weapon, the other advantage is not to use that to destroy the other country and use the ego, but because this is going to become more of like history, those kind of horrific and terrific history about how one person will kill thousands of people, and that may be the case when we see this in the future. That's what we're talking about now. War creates bad future memory. Meaning that, in other words, what war does is that it creates bad future memory. In other words, in next few years, there will be a lot of bad memories. But before you know it, you will see somebody or some people, group of people who have lost their loved ones during the war, and also they start creating another kind of association, or more like cultism or anything, and then they'll start creating another problem, in another country, killing some people, secretly without being, without them being exposed. So in other words, there will be creating more problems. There will be bad memories that will linger for a longer time, and it should not be that kind of experience we are having this 21st century. We're talking about 21st century, not 18th centuries, not in the terms of all these. We're talking about those who are used to go to war and kill and destroy with using horses to fight with sword and so on. But this time around, we are talking about new civilization. We're in the era of civilization, and if I talk about civilization, it is about ability to be able to be civil with other person, ability to condone and also tolerate and try to see how it can resolve issues before it gets out of hands. And that's what we are talking about. We don't want war. We don't want any war in the world anymore. If you're talking about kind of solving issues, try to compromise. Yes, there's room for compromise, but this is what we're talking about. We want peace to reign in the world, and whatever people or whoever group or kind of people or the nation that want to destroy other people, they are likely to suffer it in the long time. Even though they may win the battle, the war, but there will be another war may come up. But this war may not be ordinary war. It can be natural disaster that they may not even anticipate at all. We have seen kind of earthquake that could occur. That means God could cause a lot of things that could happen, and then we wonder what's happening, and it could be because of shedding of blood, innocent blood that shouldn't be shed at all in the first place, due to egoistic or eccentric or any kind of form of pride on that will not help, and that cannot help but destroy self and also destroy other people. So now, this is what I have to discuss with you this time around. This time I have with you, I don't have much time again because I really want to go and do engage in other things. Now, the point is I've made here now is about bar the war, stop the war. That's what it means. Terminate the war. Don't continue the war. If you have introduced the war, meaning that you have not started, but you have introduced it by trying to make some kind of move. In those days, when you want to fight someone, your friend or your in your class, maybe you have classmate. In those days, I'm talking about in a tender age. Then you will first of all try to slap the better person to create fear in the other person, and the person will feel like, oh, come on, yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. The other person will also want to attempt it. Before you know it, even though you know that you may not be able to win, but because your first slap may mean that you have more power, you can show yourself more powerful than the other person. Whereas in the real life, in the real sense, you may not be the powerful, and you may even get defeated. And that's what used to happen at times when you feel like you have the power, and then you can use it at anyhow you feel like using it. But it's not the best thing for you. Just is not the best. Stop the war and enjoy your life. You don't have forever to live on earth. Just enjoy the life. Little time you have on earth. Either you have 10 years, 2 years, 50 years to live on earth, but how long it is remaining for your life, enjoy it. And don't let war create kind of bad memories for your upcoming generation, your future offsprings, to remember you for evil. Thanks so much for watching this video, and see you some other time.